pilots have to abort the approach and go around. RVR stands for Runway Visual Range, and it's used to describe the horizontal visibility along the runway. The minimum visibility for Category 1 is 550 meters. The rest of the approach categories have gradually decreasing decision heights and visibility minima. For example, the decision height for Cat 2 is 100 feet with a minimum visibility of 300 meters. Cat 3A approaches may be flown with a decision height of less than 100 feet and in less than 300 meters of horizontal visibility, whereas the decision height for a Cat 3B approach is only less than 15 feet or 15 meters. Cat 3C does not even have any minima and allows landings even in zero visibility. Our pilots are now flying a Cat 3B approach to runway 13 left at Ferihegy Airport, Budapest, Hungary.
Flaps 5.
Performing a Cat 3 approach requires a lot of training. The captain and the first officer have to work together. There is a higher level of alertness in the cockpit when pilots have to rely solely on their instruments. In very low visibility, should any problem arise, timely and accurate pilot intervention is crucial. During a Cat 3 procedure, the aircraft flies automatically, with both the controls and engine thrust operated by automatic systems. The crew set the required flight modes and keep a sharp eye on the autopilot. Approaching the localizer radio beam, the autopilot turns towards the final course and then keeps the airplane on the radio beam. For safety reasons, a full automatic Cat 3B landing requires the simultaneous use of at least 2 autopilot computers, which constantly monitor each other's operation.
Engage Command B. Gear down, flaps 15.
The word flaps refers to the mechanical parts that change the shape, or in more technical terms, the profile of the wings. When pilots move the flaps lever on the thrust quadrant, wing surfaces, called slats and flaps, extend from the leading and trailing edges of the wings. Flaps and slats increase the surface area of the wing and also its curvature. This increases lift, so the aircraft can remain airborne at a lower speed. But increased curvature also means higher drag, which is the price to pay for the added lift. Usually, 30 degrees of flaps is used for a normal landing, and 40 degrees for a fully automatic procedure. For takeoff, flaps are set at their 5 or 15 degree position. When the autopilot detects that the aircraft has crossed the glide slope radio beam, the white GS sign, indicating the pre-selected automatic glide slope capture mode, activates and changes to green.
Checked. Glide slope capture. Checked. Flat 15, green light. Flap 30. Flaps 40.
Flaps 40.
Landing checklist, please.
Landing checklist. Engine start switches. Continuous. Speed brake. Armed. Landing gear down. Flaps. Stand by for flaps. Now 40. Flaps 40, green light. Landing checklist is complete. Flare round.
Jumped.
During a fully automatic landing, flare and rollout appear at the top of the primary flight display.
1,000.
This is how the computer tells the pilots that it is ready to carry out the landing and touchdown fully automatically.
$500.
500.
Jumped.
Close to the ground, pilots are helped by an instrument called the radio altimeter, or RA. This instrument emits radio signals downwards and calculates the exact altitude based on the reflected signals. The system also gives automatic altitude callouts to the pilots, which is the odd machine voice counting backwards in the cockpit.
400.
At 150 feet from the ground, 100 feet from the decision height, both the first officer and the automatic systems
300.
warn the captain that a decision to land is imminent. The call-out is approaching minimums.
200.
Approaching minimums.
Approaching minimums. 100.
At this point, the captain should look out of the window. If he can see the runway, he should announce landing and land the airplane manually, or simply let the autopilot finish the job.
60. Minimums.
Minimums. 40.
And you contact
30.
landing.
20. 10. 10.
Speed breaks up.
Do the eyes around of it.
Left side is clear.